the lights abruptly go out as Paul, a projectionist in a Detroit theater, is reading about the loss of the Roanoke colony in the 16th century. He discovers that everyone who worked there has disappeared, leaving just their clothing. He spots a security guy with a flashlight in his hand. As Paul is reading with a headlamp on, they figure that those with light sources are shielded from whatever is hiding in the shadows. In a department shop, the guard hears a noise, investigates, and then disappears with his flashlight out. Paul's headlamp goes out at the sound of the guard's yell. The action shifts to a hospital, where Rosemary, a woman dressed in scrubs, is heard wailing non-stop for a boy named Manny while desperately searching for anyone who is still alive. TV reporter Luke Ryder wakes up the next morning to discover there is no power. As he leaves his flat, all that's left of the downtown streets are heaps of clothes and abandoned cars. When he arrives at his abandoned television station, he discovers a tape that depicts his girlfriend going missing while the lights are out. A newscaster from Chicago is seen on a live broadcast advising viewers to always be aware of themselves. After 3 days, Luke finds himself by himself in the pitch black, examining cars and scrounging for flashlight batteries. James Leary, the bartender's young son, is waiting alone in a tavern that is run by a portable generator when he arrives. James thinks his mother is at the nearby church and will be home shortly. Luke says that even though it is 11 in the morning, the light is still not coming from the sun. Rosemary, who went to the bar believing her son Manny might have been brought there by his father, later joins Luke and James. Paul shows up in the street on the third day of darkness, severely concussed. He admits that the darkness had captured him, but that he had reactivated his headlamp and appeared. They seem to be going through the same thing, so Paul tells them about the mystery of the Roanoke colony, where more than 100 residents vanished overnight. He informs them that at the location of the abandoned colony, the word Croton was discovered etched onto a fence post. After watching the live camera feed and realizing that Paul needs medical attention due to the generator failing, Luke recommends traveling to Chicago. In order to get one of the abandoned trucks, he walks onto the street with Rosemary. They are compelled to return to the hospital in search of matches and batteries as their flashlights start to die. Rosemary disobeys Luke's advice in the street that a wailing baby is just the darkness trying to deceive her. She vanishes when the single street light goes out after being drawn in by it. The lights flicker back at the bar as a result of short circuits in the generator. Paul looks for James in the bunker tunnels beneath the pub after losing sight of him. James, who is wearing a glow stick necklace, is safe when the lights go out, but Paul disappears. After James uses the generator to start the vehicle, Luke flees by pushing the truck back to the bar. James exits the car as they walk past the church a few blocks away in search of his mom. After leaving, Luke comes back when he notices the word Croton etched on a sign. Luke disappears as the car's lights go out and the battery dies when he gets out of the vehicle at the church. James cowers in the church, lit by lights that are gradually going out. James discovers that the remaining candle has been burning all night as he awakens to daylight. Brianna, a young child, shows up and begs James to stay with her. James knows that someday the sun will set and the flashlight will run out of power, but for now she is alive because of a solar-powered flashlight. They decide to take a police horse they see munching apples that have spilled on the ground to Chicago as they leave the church. The children are leaving the city as the sun sets, and as the camera pans to the bar, Rosemary, Luke, and Paul's shadows appear to follow the two as they go. Brianna's light turns on as dusk falls, guaranteeing their safety as they set off on their adventure.